The 2023 MLB season has been a very fun and interesting season so far. There's been a lot of names vaulting up out of nowhere, then some guys having some resurgence too. And with all that in mind, we are going to be giving our top 10 players in the MLB season so far for this year. But before we get into that, welcome back to All Takes, No Whiffs. I'm Alex, and that's Christian. And I'm really looking forward to this video. What about you, Christian?
Yes, I'm very much looking forward to this video, but I'm sad that a freaking toe, just a toe, has kept my boy out of this. Unfortunately, no spoiler. We'll talk about it after. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it though. And at number 10, this guy right here, surprising the life out of me and leading the way in Texas for the pitching staff, Nathan Eovaldi. That is well deserving for him. His season so far, I'm pretty sure he's got a 2.83 ERA.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Obviously, Eovaldi brings the heat. We know his stuff. He's got some nasty stuff, and it's working. It's working and all on all cylinders right now. And him stepping up when Jacob DeGrom being out for the season with Tommy John, this is huge for Texas right here. And I'm expecting a solid second half from him too.
Oh yeah, Nathan Eovaldi, he's been shoving this year. He has two complete games that leads the entire MLB. One of them is a shutout. I want to say that was against your Yankees, maybe. I can't remember exactly, but I know he's pitched two pretty good games against y'all this year. And this dude's honestly been
Huh?
really good. He's top five in ERA. Like Christian said, he had a 2.83. That's a top five ERA. So Nathan Eovaldi has been a really good pitcher throughout his career, but I mean, man, has he been really, really good this year? And I love what I'm seeing from him leading that staff. But to move on to our number 9 player in the MLB right now, this guy is on one of the best teams in all of baseball, and he's leading the way. He's their leadoff guy. But it's Yandy Diaz for the Tampa Bay Rays, and honestly, I've really, really impressed with this guy this year. If I can find him real quick, there he is. But I've been really impressed with Yandy this year. I've said this multiple times. I just want to see this guy add more power and then keep that on base percentage up, and he's done that. So Yandy has got a 323 average right now, which I wasn't really expecting out of that. He's got like a 408, I think, on base percentage. This
Really
guy's
good.
just been really good this year, and he's at the top of the lineup for that Tampa Bay team, and he's getting it started every night.
And that's their first baseman leading off for them. That's impressive if you ask me. Yeah, Yandy Diaz, in my opinion, the most impactful or best player on the second best team right now, or best AL team. Very deserving of the top 10 spot. I would say he could shoot up higher if he just continues this in the second half because he's having one of the best seasons right now. But at number 8, this guy right here, as a freaking rookie, man. I'm on the bandwagon, and at number 8 we've got Corbin Carroll, who unfortunately his picture is not in this. So
Shame on whoever made this.
yeah, figure it out because Corbin Carroll is starting in the All Star game in his hometown, which is sick as well. Coming into the scene, looking like a vet. 18 home runs at the half with a 289 average, and just being super productive, leading the way for the Diamondbacks. In my opinion, he's the one of the main influences to the Diamondbacks having a successful season so far, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how the second half of his rookie year pans out.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the second half of this guy's season. Hopefully that shoulder isn't going to be bothering him the rest of the season. I know he's had a couple instances with it, but this dude's already got 26 stolen bases on the season, and he's at 18 home runs. He's almost at a 2020 season already. More than likely looks like he's going to get to a 30-30, so that'd be something amazing in his rookie year. But Corbin Carroll is honestly just becoming one of my favorite players in the league overall. But to move on to our number 7 player, this guy is leading the way for the rotation down there in Tampa Bay. He is on the IL right now, but he's supposed to be coming back very shortly. But Shane McClanahan of the Tampa Bay Rays, this dude has absolutely been shoving this year. He is leading the league with 11 wins right now. He's 11-1. He's also got a 2.53 ERA, which is second in the league to Framber Valdez. And I mean, this guy at the beginning of the season, I will go ahead and say this. I was completely wrong. I thought this guy was going to take a regression, but nah. This dude has been the best pitcher in all of baseball. I wouldn't say right now because he's hurt and Blake Snell's been so
Out of
dominant,
his
but
mind.
this dude the entire season has been the best pitcher in all of baseball in my eyes.
I would have to agree, and I think a big reason having him at 7, not just of what he's doing this year, it's the fact that last season was like this too. So I feel like we could expect this from him for some time now. And number 7, I think, is a good spot for him. And I don't want to argue in his case for him moving up a lot because that's kind of tough for pitchers at this point when we're approaching this part of the list. But still, a lot of credit to him for making number 7. But as for our number 6 guy in the MLB, honestly, if that average was still around 400, maybe he'd be top 5. But Luis Arias of the the Miami Marlins. I'm an old head, guys. Not really. But yeah, if you guys can tell, they've got him in Minnesota gear still, but he is a Miami Marlin, and he is the key reason that they're second in the NL East right now. Honestly, I hate to say it, it's not looking like he's maintaining the pace for 400. He's at
He's not.
383. 383 is very insane, regardless, but we're asking for a lot to maintain a 400 average. Nobody since Ted Williams has done that, so I think that goes to show how hard that is. But regardless, though, 3 dingers on the season, insane pop. Oh yeah. Uh, no, just messing. When you're hitting 383, you don't always have to provide the power like that. And even though he's not providing the power like that, he's got a respectable OPS over 900. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Arias this season. It's just unfortunate that we're probably not going to see 400.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. We're probably not going to see 400 from him. I'm honestly don't think we're ever going to see 400 again, and probably in our lifetime at least. But it was cool that he was hovering around it for this long. I definitely think that he'll probably stay over 350. We have seen that a lot of times recently. I know Joe Mauer, when he won MVP, he batted 360 that year. So I definitely think he can stay over 350. But this guy has some of the weirdest stats, honestly, that I've seen recently. He has 126 hits this year. He's only scored 40 runs, though, which is really weird. Also, that goes to show that the Miami offense just isn't that good. But recently, they've been pretty good, actually. They've been scoring a lot of runs. But two other stats I want to get out real quick. His barrel percentage is 2.2%, which is not very good. And also, his hard hit percentage is 23.7%, which isn't that good either. A lot of these guys who you're going to see in the top 5, they're all above 40 and almost at 50%. So Luis Ariz is just a different type of player who's just finding holes and just blooping stuff in. So it's honestly just really neat how he's just not that prototypical, just mash and bash type of guy. But this next guy, he definitely does make a lot of hard contact. It's actually at 57% for this season right now, and that is the first baseman for the Los Angeles Dodgers, Freddie Freeman. It is a little disappointing that he is not with my Atlanta Braves still, but I mean, this dude is just one of the best players in all of baseball, and he has been since he's really come up into the league. So I mean, his power, I wouldn't say is back, but just last year he had just little off on power. He hit 21 home runs last year and he's already up to 17. So it's kind of neat. But one thing I just really love about Freddie is this dude is always going to be batting above 310. He's got a 323 average right now. And then another thing, he's got 12 stolen bases and has only been caught once. So who would have thought Freddie was a stolen base machine?
Who would have thought? But what you can assure with Freddie is one of the most, if not the most complete hitter in baseball. I just really love how he could do it against righties and lefties. He could hit it to all parts of the field for power, for contact. Maybe not for power in the sense that you're not seeing like 470-foot home runs from Freddie, but when he's consistently doing pitchers dirty like the way he does, I would take a complete hitter like that over bombs that far. Unless it's Ronald Acuna, because you get both. But Freddie is, yeah, he's insane. Honestly, not to mention the other guy, but the duo in LA right now, that's one of the most fun duos in baseball right now to me. And yeah, I'm enjoying seeing Freddie doing what he's doing this year. And he could creep up in that MVP race, maybe. Nah.
Oh, I think someone's got that kind of locked up right now,
Locked
but
up.
he's top 3, I feel like.
Yeah, Freddie definitely top 3. And
And his
honestly,
teammate's probably the other one.
Freddie at 5, I think that is him being at 5 in 2023. That's really solid. Not that I'm expecting him to regress anytime soon, but he's just a premier player to this day, and he has been, like Alex said, since he really came into the league. But for our number 4 player in baseball, had a bit of a late start to the season, but not late enough that I would say his sample size is too small. Corey Seager of the Texas Rangers going nuts this year. As far as I know, off the
He's
top of my
flying under
head,
the radar, I feel like.
and I think it is because he had the late start.
Well,
I think
not even that too. He got hurt too.
that,
So
yeah. But what is it? What is it's a OPS over 1,000? I think it's 1025, and
1026.
1026.
Well, you're just off.
No, that puts him from like good to great. No, I'm playing. But yeah, 1026 OPS. That's insane. Pretty sure he's hitting like 356 right now.
353.
I'm just off with these. 353 average. He's going insane this season, and I'm really loving this because we've always known Corey Seager as a playoff performer and somebody who's normally hurt throughout the season, like for too long that he could really be in these conversations. But Corey Seager at number 4 right now, I'm really glad to see that.
Oh, yeah, this dude is definitely deserving to be there. And just one correction, real quick. Corey Seager is actually the one who's got the hard hit rate of 57%, not Freddie. Freddie's kind of around 50 right now. I just wanted to correct myself real quick. But Corey Seager, like I've said when Christian was talking, this dude is flying under the radar. I feel like he was batting 360 before this series started, going into the break. So it kind of just shows like just how good of the hitter this guy is, and that the shift is really, really, really benefiting this guy because this guy is finding a lot more holes than he was before. But to move on to our number 3 guy and the second best leadoff hitter in all of baseball, we got Mookie Betts of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Mookie Betts already has 10 leadoff home runs this season, which is nuts. I'm pretty
Nuts.
sure 13 is the record, and I'm pretty sure he's
He's
probably going to
gonna
pass that easily.
break that, like annihilate that record.
Oh, yeah, and Mookie had a little slow start to the season. I know his batting average is not where it's usually is at right now. He's batting 276. I know we've seen Mookie have a 346 average in his MVP season, so we know he's capable of that. But Mookie Betts, one of my favorite players in the entire MLB, and I'm looking forward to seeing if Mookie can catch Acuna in the MVP race.
As crazy as Mookie is going, and I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say after what I want to say about Mookie having an insane season so far. What is it, 25 or 26? I think
26
25.
homers.
26 home runs before the All Star break for Mookie. That is an insane pace. I don't expect him to go for 50, to be honest with you, because like that would be insane from Mookie. That'd also be
His
crazy.
career high is 35, so he's going to
Yeah,
blow that out of the water.
yeah. Imagine Mookie having a season, his MVP season, hitting 346, and then a 50 home run season too in one career. That's kind of crazy, I think. And even with all that in mind, no, he's not. He's not catching up to that MVP race because the guy at number 2 right now, he kind of got that on lock. Ronald Acuna Jr. at 2. That is, sorry for rushing you, Alex, but
Oh, no, I forgot to put Mookie up there too, so that's my bad.
oh, good. But yeah, Ronald Acuna at number 2 kind of got MVP on lock, if you ask me, because the season he's having, what is it already? He's already at 2040 for the season. He has more than each of those, but he's already hit the 2040
He's at
mark
21 homers, 41 stolen bases,
while hitting
331.
330 OPS, just under 1,000 right now. Like this is like I keep saying this to Alex, and it's obvious, but this is like 5 tool at its peak, if you ask me. And I'm just really loving what I'm seeing from Acuna this year, because last year was like it was a down year. Not that it was like a bad year, but like there was like some eyebrows being raised with his knee and everything. That's not even
He's fully healthy now.
an afterthought now.
Oh, yeah, and when Ozzy said last year that Acuna might go for 50-50, that's honestly could be a thing. I doubt he'll get to 50 at this point now, but dude is going to be on some historical pace. And one thing that I've really, 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 really like about Acuna this year is that strikeout rate is super down. It's been around 23, 24% his entire career. It's only at 12% this year. He's only struck out around 40 times, and that's very impressive compared to his past few seasons when he struck out a lot. So I'm just honestly really happy he's got that down. He's got his walk rate up too, so his eyes gotten a lot better. He's making a lot more hard contact, obviously, with all of this stuff going on with him. But Ronald Acuna Jr. is definitely leading the way for MVP for the NL, and the guy we have at number 1. I mean, I don't even think I think everyone knows who it is already. This dude is the best player in baseball. He might be honestly the best player to ever play the game of baseball because what he does on both sides of the field. But Shohei Ohtani, this dude has a 6 WAR already. He's got a 1.7 WAR as a pitcher and a 4.3 WAR as a hitter, which is absolutely nuts. He's got 32 home runs. It's leading the MLB, 71 RBIs. That's second in the AL. And then he's also batting 302 right now, which is like, I think top 5, top 6 in the AL. So this dude is a pitcher and he might get the triple crown. So what Shohei is doing right now is insane. And I haven't even mentioned his pitching stats yet.
Yeah, that's not even mentioning his pitching stats, which admittedly, it's kind of because the standard he's setting with his hitting stats. His pitching stats aren't as good as his hitting stats, but they're still insane. He's got a 3.32 ERA on the season, 7-4 record. Not that record determines everything, but he's got 7 wins already. Just over 100 innings pitched on the season and 132 strikeouts. That's really impressive. And a whip of 1.10, another impressive stat. But the one downside with his pitching that I would say is getting in the way of him just being a straight up video game character on rookie
And why
mode.
that ERA is up.
The home runs per 9, it's at a 3.07, highest of his career. He is giving up the long ball a decent amount, and it's been noticeable. But other than that, his pitching has still been really, really effective. He's still the ace of the Angels.
Yeah, I mean, they really don't have too much pitching other than him and Reed Detmers, to be honest, and then their closer, Carlos Estevez. But I mean, this dude is unreal, and I honestly don't know anything more to say about this guy. What this guy does on a daily basis just blows my mind.
Honestly, we're witnessing history every day. This man takes the field, and can't wait to see him in pinstripes. Oh, yeah. Oh,
What
yeah.
kind?
The only kind. Yeah, the only
The
ones
original.
the only ones that matter. Wait. Yeah, I don't even know if that's the original. Maybe
I don't even know if they're the original either.
the Red Stockings. Imagine they wore pinstripe. But no, Shohei to the Yankees. Yeah, I'm a double down. No, I'm playing. Just messing. Shohei Ohtani, though, by far best player in baseball. We used to say that about his teammate, but, things change. But in my opinion, what's not going to change are the 2 locks for MVP, the top 2 players right now in baseball. These guys, this season, I feel like they've been the highlights of the season. And I'm just really, like, we know this from Shohei. He's going to come through with an MVP season all the time. But this isn't his breakout season. But for the standard that Acuna has set for himself, this is like, you get what I'm saying? This is him breaking the stage, like of being what he's capable of, a top 2 player. And it's just really dope to see, especially after the adversity he dealt with.
Oh yeah, I'm just finally glad he's just fully healthy and he's put it all together because this, like you just said, I mean, these guys are locked for MVP for AL and the NL. You also got Shane McClanahan on our list too, who probably could win the AL Cy Young Award if he can just stay healthy, unless Nathan Eovaldi has something to say about that, or
Garrett
Fernando
Cole.
Valdez, like we said. Yeah, too. Yeah, Garrett Cole too. Honestly, Garrett Cole, that was a guy who we were thinking about putting on this list too,
He was mentioned,
just because of how. I wouldn't say how good, just because of how he's pretty much been that only guy in that rotation pretty much the whole season.
And he's really been coming through for us for sure. Like, all the credit to him for that, because with as much slack as Garrett Cole gets, I want to give him credit where it's due for sure. But unfortunately, couldn't put him in the top 10 because there's only 10 spots.
Yeah, and he could crack it by the end of the year when we update this list. And if you want to see that updated list, go ahead and make sure you subscribe. We would appreciate that. And also make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, because we appreciate all support in any way possible.
Any Padres bandwagoners, if you're mad that Tatis or Soto didn't make the top 10, go ahead and cry in the comments. Just messing.
We did talk about Soto, though.
Yeah, we definitely did. Soto, y'all know, I rock with Soto heavy. But
and also, he had a horrible start to the season.
Exactly. If it wasn't for that, yeah, he'd be here. But also leave a comment down below if you think we missed out on anybody, and we want to see your points on as to why you think, because always new perspectives could open our eyes. Maybe Wander Franco should be top 10, even though statistically with the bat he's nowhere near it. That's a whole nother story with him in the glove. Like, he's just doing something crazy this year with that. But honestly, really enjoyed making this list. Cannot wait to update it for the end of the season. But until then, peace.